Go down to the cafeteria, I believe. You're not on my list. Who's your teacher?
I finished. I haven't watched
No, if you guys gotta go, sorry. Where's your pass? Do what?
Our advisory plan registered.
Let me just double check because they're supposed to be doing pass.
It'll get you one step closer to the top.
I do, but I'm not going to the training. I'm passing out candy.
Oh, yeah. I have to always read, myself.
I hope y'all went up here. So I'm pretty proud. Shut up, son. Shut up.
I don't have time to deal with that behavior today. I deal with you guys on Mondays and Fridays. I don't have time to deal with that behavior. That's like middle school, not high school. Right, because I have kids from geometry, algebra, pre-algebra.
Mine are supposed to mostly be.
Yep, nope, you're good. All you. Huh? Here. You're good. If it gets on it, it's fine. Hunter, put your phone up. Christian, I'm not even having you work on math because you're passing my math. You need to work on entrepreneurship.
A lot of you, you were assigned to Mr. Jackson's class. You were assigned here.
Okay, then you need to work
Try
on
to
American
work on
Fit.
getting your section, this would be before me. 1.2, which is simply solving for X, doing equations and setting variables down. The goal this week, whether you need to work on it, practice or whatever, I'm going to show you some things. This is your review for it. And when you feel ready, we can do about a 5 or 6 question quiz. And if you can show me you have this material, some of you have some lower grades and we can raise it up and that'll raise your whole grade up. We can take you from the 50, 55, 60 up to 70, 75, 80. And you'll see your grades go up. That's why you've been sent here. The people that I'm referring to right now, are you guys here for 3 days, 2 days? What do you know if you're coming back here tomorrow? Don't know yet? Okay, hopefully it's on your schedules and you can see. Some of you are assigned for hopefully 3 days, if not at least 2. I'm not going to be here Friday, but between today and tomorrow, we can retest this when you're comfortable and get your grades up. All right, so let me see what if I can make some sense.
I hear your stuff.
Okay, 1, 1, and 1, 2. We were dealing with equations like 3x plus 2 is equal to x minus 3. Okay, where we have to combine like terms. Some of you guys may have already had some more practice as you've been going on in different areas. But do you remember what's the overall thing that you're trying to do here? You're solving for what? At the end of the day, you need to know where you're going. We're going to have some equation at the end that says x is equal to something. Is that right? Okay, so you need to know where you're going. So if that's where we're going, what can you see that you're fine? What can you see that we need to bring together? Okay? We need to combine like terms. Does that sound familiar? How do we do that? Because they're on opposite sides of an equal sign. How do we do that? Mhm. Okay, hang on. Can I stop you real quick and let you finish? We said subtract 3. Remember, this is all one term and it can't be separated. Okay, so are we subtracting 3 or 3x? Beautiful, awesome. So we're going to do it here. And what we do on this side of the wall, the equal sign, what do we have to do over here then? You have to do the same thing. You have to do it to both sides. All right, so if I were to make a big equal sign there, what happens to 3x minus 3x? Okay, if this was a 7 and that was minus 7, it's the same thing. So they cancel each other out. So that is the equivalent of 0. You know, you don't need to have a 0 brought down. So now all we have left is 2. And that's going to be equal to, what is x minus 3x? You're in the ballpark, but you're on the wrong side of the stadium. X minus 3x. Negative 2x. Does everybody know that in front of that x technically is a 1? Right? So that's actually 1 minus 3, and that's how we got to the 2. Now, we still have this 3 here, and we haven't done anything with it, so we can't make it disappear. How do we get that over to here? Hang on. Ooh, there we go. Y add. You're doing the opposite, right? Perfect. Okay, so if we add 3 here, what else do I need to do? Add it to the other side. All right, so now let's combine. 3 minus negative 3 plus 3, 0. Don't even need to write it because we know that's done. So we drop that down, negative 2x. Drop our equal sign down, and what's 2 plus 3? Thank you so much. Got to go the other way on it. So now what do? Divide what? The 5, the 2, the equal sign, what? Y. What is our goal? Remember when we started that? We got to get x by itself, right? So that's how we know where we're going and which side to do what on. Is there anything over here with an x in it? That doesn't matter to me then. We divide by negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2. 7 over 7. Negative 3 over negative 3. Any number divided by itself yields what? What do you think, JD? Any number divided by itself. 3 divided by 3, 7 divided by 7. Always, right? And that's why we picked that number, because we want to get this to be a 1. So now we have x divided by negative 2, so I got to do the same thing on the other side. What was my x equal? Negative 5 over 2. I got a confused look here. What did I do that confused you? Let me ask you this. Were you okay up to this point?
My dad doesn't.
I brought it down here. We divided by negative 2 on that side because we wanted x to be by itself. Good. So what I did here, I had to do here. Yeah. I want to make sure this is clear.
So he despises hair, like on his clothes, and he hates it. They're all on his cats.
A lot of random cats said,
He's suffering.
Really?
All the same thing? Why?
He doesn't necessarily hate. He just,
How do you know they're the same?
he doesn't like their stinks.
One negative sign.
I don't
The whole
think
So it doesn't matter whether I put it out in front,
Oh, I can't remember.
it can be on either one. Doesn't matter whether I put it on this one by itself or this one by itself. That is the exact same value. If you plug that into a calculator, which I know you guys are, some of you that aren't really good with numbers, you plug things like that into the calculator, you'll get the exact same answer, decimal form, because there's only one negative. The answer will be negative, I promise. Okay, does that explain how you got here? Is it my 5 that messes you up? Does that look like a 5? I had sometimes my 5s look like S's. My fault. Did everybody follow? Did everybody see how we were moving things around? Any questions at all? Because that's one of the learning targets that's right there is, can you solve something like that? What do you think? Could you? Look at myself. If you are interested in raising your grade, show me you can do this. And if this isn't you, if you're sitting over here and this doesn't belong to your information, that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry, you okay? Okay. Anybody over here going through trying to raise those areas too? Right here. Okay, the objective of this, as you can tell, is to review so that you can take a small quiz and move on. Anybody else going over this as opposed to working on something else? Anybody needs anything? Right there. Okay. All right. All right.
I'm sorry with Reggie, he deserves it.
No, I'm sorry with everybody until they actually see who they are. Then I move on. All right. Practice. You are very welcome. Do with them as you will, as long as it's legal.
I don't need this because I'm
You good?
actually with her.
You're
Yeah.
perfect.
I got one.
You got it? All right. All right. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, let's do, show me that then that doing the steps that we just had, I'm gonna do something about there later. All right, go ahead and do the steps and move all the combining like terms and see what you come up with. And the only thing I'll do to start with is, everybody here tell me what is the final answer going to look like when we get to the bottom. We don't know the number, but we know what. We know where we're going. X is equal to something. That's where we're heading. I am so sorry, I forgot about this. Bring me back to reality.
Maggie gave me permission. Reggie?
What is the value of that? Is that positive? Is undo that. Yeah, you're right. On that track. Anybody? So think about what your first step is. We need to try to do steps that are going to lead us to an X by itself. Right, Trinity? You want to get the X's together, right? There's our barrier, equal sign. Doesn't matter which side you go. This is all one term. You can't separate it. Remember, we made a square around that, so you're taking 6x away. If you want to do it that way. What you're doing is perfect. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. So you're just doing this 6. Is that right? Okay. I just moved that maybe 60 underneath the item. Which way do you want to go? This one over here? This is a positive or negative 2x. So it's a positive 2, so how do you undo? It's all one term. You can't separate the 2 and the X, so you need to mix the 2. What you do on this side, you have to do on this. Drop everything down that you didn't touch.
Oh, this is like a previous learning target. This is what you would start with at the beginning of the year.
Now, we want to get X by itself, so that means that we need to get, instead of having X.
Is that a
we
negative
get on the
four?
other side.
Is that -4 or is it?
Well, what's in front of the 4? No, what's in front of the 4? So when you're looking with, like, when you're working with subtraction, that symbol follows what, like, it goes with the number that follows it. So if the 4 follows it, then the 4 is negative. Yep. Because you're trying to take that many away.
Yeah.
And number here are going to be equal to 0. Our goal is to get X by itself.
Okay, now what do you got moved to the left side? Did you move the constants? You moved, that's, you can do it that way. You can move whichever you want to start with. You can move any of the 4.
Negative 6 and a positive 4. Is the plus or the minus of the bigger number? Take that one. You go, and whichever number is bigger, use that sign.
What?
So in this case, negative. Equal. We want to get back to that. This is where we're trying to go. We're going to, okay, so put your -2 here. So we have 4x equals -2. What we have to do is this says 4 times x. And then what you do is you want to get x by itself. So it's just 4. Divided by 4.
Also, you already got that as a result. So if you move the constant here, you gotta move the X over. Oh, it's not gonna be 8.
2 goes into that one time. 2 goes into that one.
This is positive. So like I said, that subtraction goes with your 2 here. So you should have subtracted 2.
Remember my example in there? Didn't matter whether we put it there, or there. Didn't matter. As long as it's
Not yet. So since you move your X over, we now have to move this over.
Understood. Didn't
Or.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. It's good. Yep.
This assignment I have to do for home maintenance. It's hard.
For who?
Home maintenance. It's hard.
That's not a whole number. Because you have this on top. This is gonna be a fraction. 2 can't go into 4 even. Like 4 cannot go into 2 even. It's too big. So it's 2 divided by 4.
Okay, so 6x.
Wasn't you're dividing up the 4? So with 2 on top, 4 can't go into that as a whole number because 2 is
Oh,
too
yeah.
small.
Okay, so you have. Positive 2x. So you subtract
Reduce
x.
it. Reduce the fraction.
So we left with 4x. Here's the thing, did you do anything with that 4? It has to come down, -4. And this one, 2x minus 2x. We have a positive.
So you're gonna have to reduce that fraction.
You subtracted 2x right here.
Because 2 can go into both of those numbers.
Subtracted 2x. Is there anything left between a positive 2x and a negative 2x? So does it make a 4x or does it make a 0?
Would you do a little trick on the calculator?
That's why you did it, right? To get rid of it. It's kind of like an old pair of shoes. They were comfortable when you wore them, but now you don't want them. So you're gonna get rid of
So if I do -2,
it. So 0x. Then you have to.
divided by 4. You're gonna get something, right?
Drop that down. We
Hit
did.
math, enter. There's your fraction.
Now, you see how.
Negative.
everything is converted. You chose the 2x.
That's super nice.
You do anything, you answer that.
Ta-da!
Zero times X. Yeah. we can get X minus
Is there-
End up with something supposed to be that. So we know this must be negative.
Jay, what do you want?
It's working. Oh, you don't have another problem, just kidding. I can give you one.
Here's our equal sign, because now that's. Is the six greater than one? Where's the sign of the bigger number? We're figuring six. So what's the difference between six and nine? What's the difference?
All right, while you're waiting, I got one for you.
Two to ten? Yes. Sign, the sign that heat is the one.
What? All right, there you go.
That's what the eight.
Yeah, it don't matter. It's the same thing. You can use any letter.
Now, you gotta do that down to time.
I just have a question though for you, Darius. Why does it bother you that it's not X? I've always just tried to understand that, like why it
I
bothers
see
you.
four.
Why does it bother you?
Yeah, make it. I don't know what anyone thinks. That's impossible.
So you only, so that, I'm just understanding, like, I'm not making fun or anything, I just, cause like, I have so many students that say that, can I change it to an X? I'm like, well, it's the same thing as an X, it's just a variable. Yeah.
Would we add?
It's just like what you did over there, you get to pick, do you want to move your variable first, or do you want to move your
How do we
constant
get rid of
first?
that? That's just multiplication.
It's whatever you prefer.
Would we add? Would we add?
A little bit, but 5 plus X. Well, it has to stay on that same side, because of how the problem is, but if you want 5 in front, you can put 5 plus X. Whatever, as long as you have them how they're written, it doesn't matter where you place them on that side of the equation.
Couldn't you just like make, do -5 for most of them on the, right here instead?
Yeah,
How do I,
what do you mean?
right here.
So we have a 1 over.
Okay.
5 minus 5.
And we have a negative.
So then you would just have, that would make sense, because then you just have one X.
Huh?
How would that work if I didn't?
What do you mean? If you move the 5?
Wait, so if I did -5 right here.
Yeah, you still continue, yeah, you can do that. I mean, you still continue to do it, so. Okay, so what happens there? Okay, so you have X here equals -5X. What happens over here? Okay, so then if you move them all over there. Okay, you're gonna have 6X total, but you need to move out of it. Yeah. Yep. I just want to read things.
Can you do that?
Kuda software.
I'm
All math.
not that advanced yet.
Can you do that a different way, though?
I mean, you can start with the X's. What, Reg? You do what? Okay. you wait till after I teach this part. So you could have done it the other way too, because it's gonna do it the same way. So let's say you start with an X. Which X do you want to move? This one or this one?
The one on the
What?
right, yeah.
Did that follow what
Okay, so
you
how do
did?
I move it?
Did you understand all the
Plus
steps?
side, right?
Yeah, because it's an X.
No, let's follow her. Let's follow her and see where she goes.
Okay, so over here, those cancel. Okay, so you have 5 left on the right. I have how many X's? So this is like a placeholder.
Oh.
So I would have 6 total. And plus 5.
And then add the five.
Oh, how many, I might have said 6 when I meant to say how many X's. That's probably what I meant to say. Yeah, and then you just subtract this one over here. So it's gonna give you the same thing no matter what you start with.
Oh, so.
Because let's say that you don't know those, say you get to this stuff, right? So you have 6x equals 0, put it in your calculator, do 0 divided by 6. There's nothing wrong with finishing out and as a whole, because you're still gonna get 0. You just, yeah, you can do it however you want.
That's why I was so confused.
Jadarius, does that make sense?
Oh, I know, I think I did.
Let's see.
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did.
Okay.
They followed me. They followed me first.
Makes a difference, though, 'cause that's what it's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do, oh yeah, much brighter. -9.
You could pay to get it.
All right, try that one. Shane, put it up.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm funny. Well, how do you?
Let me ask you guys this. There's one more step in this. The 2 examples we've been throwing up here, we've been giving you all the X's and the Y's and the numbers. Do you guys know what this means when there is a number outside of parentheses?
You just trying to.
You have to distribute it.
Hang on, let's go ahead.
You have to distribute it.
There you go. The key word. Yes, you are. Yeah, I know. I have to reach higher. You have to distribute it. When you say distribute, what do you mean?
You have to times the 3 by the x, which
Okay.
would be a 1. So it'd still be 3. And then you have to times 3 by 2.
Okay, does that make sense what she's saying? We're
So what did you
distributing
forget
that.
on your 3 times 1 though? What'd you get to carry with it?
The 1 with the x.
The X. Don't
There you
forget
go.
that X value, okay?
Yes, you'll do the same thing. So what we'll do is we'll take that 3 and multiply it by x, and that's 3x. Did we follow that? Now, here's our plus sign. That does not change. What is 3 times 2? 6.
Supposed to.
So this, when we distribute that 3 across the parentheses, I know, you get 3x plus 2. So what's that going to equal on this side if we just distribute that? What's the first term going to be? 2x. Is everybody following that one? And what's the next one going to be? 2. And what's our sign now? There you go, -2. Because that is 2 times x, and 2 times 1 is 2. But you got the negative. Now, does this look a lot like that? And we've practiced a couple of those, right? Okay. All right. Let's,
11:20.
tell you what, I'm gonna take one right off of here, and anybody that wants to practice it, it's gonna be the harder one of these. I want you to do this. This is gonna be the kind of practice that you'll be showing us to get that grade up for this learning target. Okay, I'll change it when I actually hand it to you on the form, but pulling this right off of here. Okay. We want that to end up looking like this. So do that on your whiteboard and show me that you know how to distribute. I don't want to lose it. What other problem?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep,
we-
any letter can be used as your variable.
Yeah, all that is a variable. I can pick any letter A through Z. Some of them, like I said, I will almost never pick an S because my fives look like them. That'll make everything real confusing.
Only letter you'll probably never really see, really in algebra 1 at least, is an I, because when you move up through math, it stands for imaginary. So that's one letter that you probably will never see.
So we doing that problem or that problem?
Do this one.
Yeah, ignore the red. I was just giving while they were waiting.
Yep, the red,
Sorry.
the red is done now. I want to see if you can, the problem below this would be after you solve this. That's the combining like terms that you guys were practicing. This is practicing doing some distributing. Yes.
Is that -8 or -8?
Well, you tell me, is there a difference between -8 and -8? There is? What if I were to say minus a +8? Does that make more sense? -3m -8 is the problem.
Negative and subtraction is the same thing, actually.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah.
What if I divide it?
Because regardless,
Or times?
well, then it depends. If you're multiplying by two negatives, then it's gonna become positive. If it's a positive and a negative, it'll stay negative.
Now notice, do you distribute on both sides of the equal sign to start with? Nothing to distribute here, is there? It's only distributing on the one side.
What do you want to talk to me about?
You will. Can I stop you real quick though? What happened to your hand? Oh. What? That might make a difference when you get to the bottom, right? Because we are trying to get in. Remember, think about where you're going. You're gonna have something where m equals, so make sure you carry everything down.
Like a body of evidence every time, so. Eleven 20.
And that's why you chose it. You chose it for a reason. Trust yourself. 12. You're right. What? All right, now you're gonna move the numbers to one side.
Stop looking. Stop looking. Stop looking.
Whatever calculator says on that. Sounds good to me. Because we want m by itself. If you do the m, then that whole current is better. So you just want to do two, but you want it by itself. That's negative. It's fine, like the exact same thing. So that's how you do. Very good. That's equal to what? Six L. Six equals it. How about we, how about that? Which is why I asked you. Would that make more sense to you? You can always do that.
Yeah. What would you get? I was six. Is that a negative? Yeah. We're doing this. We're doing this. Because I didn't get
Bingo. Does that help?
That's supposed to be positive. Because a negative times a negative equals a positive. So that
I
way.
said, I'm not done. The answer is none of them.
It's a negative 6.
You're wrong. The number you got the X's by itself. The X's on this side by itself, right? You're going to hit that.
Okay, so
Over here with this.
I.
So you want to make that. So you want to make a positive connection.
No, so
But not. To what? Cannot.
Raise me and I'll look at
And use your numbers and things to match up with that median.
No,
All right.
it's not.
I'm not sure.
Well, it's eight.
So you got 12 minus plus 32.
Honestly, what I get to.
So get rid of that.
Then we got this one.
No, you can stay right there.
As long as you wouldn't make that one.
So you're gonna take the 10 and only that's 5 to get 8. Okay. You gotta take it from here.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Have your little sticks or do whatever you need to do to make yourself remember. Just don't. Okay.
I watched it.
I'm gonna move some numbers. I see how we're hitting it.
People are like, oh, it's like it shows a little too much.
Yeah, I heard of that.
I would do like very active.
Is that your first step? And is that what you
One. Oh, good.
I'll look at
You gotta read the next one.
I need to hear it. Right? Hey, shoot. Not
I got that first
My
one.
bad, my bad. Look at that, I make too many mistakes. Thanks for catching. There you go. You got the 6 right, I got the -. We were right. Did any of that make sense today, guys? Okay, we'll pick up here. There's one more section in Learning Target 2 I'm supposed to show you. And you can take a little quiz anytime you want, and you can take more practice. All right? The steps will be the same as long as you know where you're doing them.
Huh?
Hey, I got time to go yet. Have a great rest of your day.
You're good. I hadn't planned on it.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there.
You got it?
It's like, well, I don't.